Hi there. My name is Suze and I work with women to help them find balance between their internal masculine and feminine energies so that they can have lives that feel really emotionally fulfilling, full of love and connection. Today is Feminine Friday. I love how many people are loving my Feminine Fridays, feminine energy tip of the day. They are becoming a really big hit on this channel and I love putting them out there. I love talking about feminine energy. Feminine energy feels so good and freeing and liberating when you really let it shine and radiate out of you. That was one of my words one week, was radiate. And today the word I really want to focus on, the energy I want to focus on, is curiosity. And this seems so relevant because if you've been listening to my videos throughout this week, there was a really big emphasis on communication, on anxiety, and safety, the idea of emotional safety, all of this emotionality. And so curiosity is a huge piece that comes along with this, because particularly in the communication, because curiosity is very open-minded. It's very innocent energy. It's a very childlike energy. And I mean that in a positive sense. I don't mean that in a clueless, naive, totally take advantage of kind of a way. I mean it in a very open-hearted kind of a way of looking to learn, or looking for the potential, looking for what am I missing, looking for the love, looking for anything, looking to draw out of someone more of their authentic self, looking to how can I help draw this person up into their higher self, because that is the divine feminine. That really is where she is at. The divine feminine has done enough work on herself and her heart space that she's now looking to inspire, looking to create impact, to draw others into their divine feminine, divine masculine self, into their fuller expression, expansion, right? The fuller expression. So it requires curiosity. And this can be really, really simple. Again, really making this a simple little tip of the day kind of a thing. This can be really simple. I've talked about this idea before about, maybe if you're driving to work, or if I know we're in the summertime now, maybe you're bringing your kids to camp, or you're bringing your kids somewhere, you're going to the beach, or whatever you're doing in the summertime. There's always that path that right? There's always the road, the way that you've always gone to school, or the way you always go to work. What if you tried something different? Even something as simple as that is curiosity. And then as you're going the new path, the new route to wherever you're going, look around. Again, it's a very open-minded, open-hearted energy. What is something cool or interesting or fascinating that I can find on this path that I don't normally take to get to wherever this normal place is that I go, right? Or, okay, another example, getting dressed. I started doing this with myself a while ago. What are combinations of clothes that I would not have first thought to put together, but actually kind of in a funny, quirky kind of a way, they kind of actually work. And it really is more interesting and exciting. And you kind of feel like, I don't know, just feel a little bit more cool of putting together something that you wouldn't have put together before. Or, whatever it is, how can I get out of my habitual self? How can I get out of the things that I just do without even thinking about them, and try something just the tiniest bit different, just to see how it actually feels? There's no projection or expectation on, all right, I'm going to do this so that this happens. No, it's more open-minded. Curiosity is, I'm going to try this thing with no expectations, because I just want to know how it actually does feel. What actually does happen when I try this? Or how does it actually feel if I do this other thing differently over here? I don't know. If you go to the gym, what is something different that you've never tried before? Or I don't know, talk to someone you've never talked to before. Whatever it is, curiosity. And in communication, I was talking about this same kind of an idea in the video I did about 3 steps to become a better communicator. I was talking about this with the idea of the questions. Asking questions. removes assuming. Assuming has nothing to do with curiosity. Assuming is very closed-minded. It's a very egotistical, I know it all already. I already know. And it's a filter that oftentimes is kind of negative and paints a negative picture of a person or a situation instead of being open to the possibility that something better could come out of the scenario. Being open to the possibility that we could potentially learn to grow in a new direction that would actually be better for both of us, that would serve us better. And that's really what the curiosity is about. I may be happy with something, but how can I even make it better? What am I missing? What am I not seeing by simply blindly going on autopilot and doing the same things every day? Or even with thought patterns and emotional patterns. You're limiting yourself if you're not allowing yourself to go into curiosity about, what if I change my perception of something? You know, everyone lives in their own reality depending on their life experiences that have shaped their perceptions and their filters, the stories that we have generated. What happens if I start listening to my stories more and deciding to not identify with particular stories and to rewrite new stories that I'm identifying with? Let's get curious about what's actually going on in there. Let's get curious about our emotional cycles. What are the emotional pitfalls I keep finding myself falling into? How could I look at this differently, or how could I choose to find things that would emotionally support me into feeling different things in a healthy way? Curiosity is huge, and curiosity is like imagination. Imagination is the mother of invention. It's either that. Is it, what is that? How's that saying go? What's the mother? Is it imagination or creativity? I forget, right? I think it might be creativity is the mother of invention. If your mind is not open to see possibility and potential, you're never going to find a better way or a new invention or creating more connection or hearing what someone is actually saying. I was speaking about that again in the communication video about there's a difference between listening to respond and listening and hearing what someone is actually saying and even what they're not saying. Listening to the words in between the words because you're feeling the energetic exchange between you and someone else. And you're listening to your own intuition and what your intuition is trying to tell you about the other person. So often in our intimate relationships, we've created this story about a person or a situation, and it ends up limiting us from deeper connection and intimacy instead of getting curious around what is actually happening on the other end of the table. I'm going to stop assuming and asking more questions. And not asking questions to then find fault. I should say that. Not asking questions to then prove my point that I was right, that they're wrong and they're bad and I'm right. No. To genuinely understand better the other person and where they're coming from and what's happening for them and what do they desire and value in this partnership. Curiosity. Please drop in the comments below if there's any other examples that you can think of that to you feel like the energy of curiosity. Where can you find more curiosity? Stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's a big thing of curiosity. Stepping outside the comfort zone, looking for something new and different and a bigger sense of self, which is actually very freeing as well. That open-heartedness. If you found value in this video, please do subscribe. I really appreciate the support by all of you who are choosing to subscribe and be a part of this channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Happy Feminine Friday, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.